I think we as a nation need to start understanding what sports can bring, how it can be a platform to raise awareness. It's essentially marketing on steroids when you look at sports. I mean, the intention and the thought behind this is our long-term goal, which is empowering women and using cricket as a platform.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. We are here with Rubab Hasan, who is the Director Marketing and Communications for the IPG Group Pakistan. We are very excited to have her here on board because she is a woman who has been very prominent in the sports industry, doing a lot of things, and we are especially excited to hear what she has to say because the IPG Group has been doing some really interesting work. Could you tell us how you started this journey from being a creative designer into going into sports marketing and doing such wonderful work in the sports industry?
Well, thank you for having me over. Yes, it's been an interesting journey indeed. I started off, as you said, at an agency, and I moved on to start my own small setup, which was my own company, which specialized in marketing and communications. So what happened was I was approached by the T10 League, by the CEO of the T10 League at the time, which was Jawad Ghulam Rasool, and he had asked me to take over the marketing for a particular team within the T10 group, which was the Pakhtun team. And that is how I interacted and worked in this industry as a marketing and communication specialist. Once I did that, I realized what a fantastic buzz it is and what an incredible space it is to be in, to maneuver within. And from there, we progressed into setting up the IPG Group in Pakistan, which is coincidentally when I moved back after 12 years of working in Dubai. And I was offered a job to become the communication and marketing director here for the IPG Group Pakistan. And then we moved on, and our latest feat and the most exciting thing that happened was that we bid for the Lanka Premier League rights as far as management, marketing, broadcasting, 360-degree solution to launch it as a platform. And we won it 2 years ago. Last year was our second season, a successful second season that took place in Lanka Premier League, where a lot of Pakistani prominent players played. We had Gaul Gladiator that also participated, which is Nadeem Umar Saab's team that came and represented Pakistan in the Lanka Premier League and has been in, I haven't looked back since.
So what drew you to the field of sports marketing, and what do you love most about your job?
Right, so one of the things that struck me when I moved back to Pakistan, and I had already worked with the Pakhtun team in Dubai as my last project there, was the two things that bring Pakistanis together, because there is a lot of conflict, there are a lot of challenges that our country faces. Cricket is one of them, food is the other. And at that point, it kind of struck to me how important it is. I've always known that it's very important to have a purpose, a bigger purpose to what you do. Marketing's been great, it's been a passion. The bigger purpose kind of made sense to me as I started finding myself in the cricket world, because it's all strata of the society that come together to celebrate what it is. We have serious influences and platforms that can eventually make a difference, which is a powerful thing to do. And moving forward, I see for Pakistan and Pakistanis, I see cricket playing a big role not only in entertainment but in other areas, and I'd like to be a part of that. So that's why I'm here. The most exciting part about cricket is the buzz of the sports fan and the field when you're on a cricket ground, when cricket is taking place, and also the pace of deliveries, decision making, marketing decisions, and planning is so much faster. It's essentially marketing on steroids when you look at sports. So for a marketing person, I believe it is a big challenge and a thrill to be a part of this world.
Okay, PCB Chairman Ramiz Raja recently mentioned about starting a women's PSL and being the first to do that in Asia. What are your comments about it?
So it's a great initiative taken from PCB and Mr. Ramiz Raja. We look forward to seeing it, being a part of it, and hopefully it growing and being the success that I know it can be. Australia ICC World Cup T20 for women took place in 2020, and it's recorded to be one of the most watched women's sports platform in the history of viewership. So we know from a commercial prospect how this can be a success. There is a market for it. It's just a matter of getting on the bandwagon, setting up our platforms or systems, and launching it.
Women often face a lot of challenges when it comes to overcoming gender norms, especially in sports. How does your organization deal with it, and what are your ways of sourcing talent?
Okay, so let's just look at where we stand as far as the company is concerned, the IPG Group Pakistan. We are now in Pakistan, and let's look at where we stand as far as women are concerned. So we are 153 out of 156 countries as far as gender gap is concerned, as far as the World Finance Report goes, which was released last year. And so, I mean, it's no secret that we are in dire need in different areas and industries for women to be pushed forth and given a platform, not only economically, health-wise, education-wise. And so sports remains to be the strongest platform as far as entertainment and influencers go, and can play a huge, very, very huge role in this progress that we need to be looking towards and looking forward to. As far as the IPG Group is concerned, we are now working towards launching Singapore T10 Cricket League in Singapore, which will be run by us, and again we have the 360 rights for this league. And this will be the first T10 league in this region to be launched, where women and men will be participating. The franchise model will be as such that when there's to give you an example, if there's a Quetta Gladiator or Gaul Gladiator male team, there will be a women's team for the same, and it will happen simultaneously. I mean, the intention and the thought behind this is our long-term goal, which is empowering women and using cricket as a platform to take us forward, not only in sports but in other industries.
How do you see the future of women's sports playing a role in Pakistan?
Here's what I think. We have incredible influencers right now. Take Uj, Aftab, take Sana Mir, take Fatma Sana, who are emerging, and they've actually realized what they are. They've realized that they are influencers. They're taking extreme responsibility for their social media presence, for their digital presence, and the message that they're sending across to girls. So moving forward, sports for women, I envision it to be, like I had said earlier, I envision it to be play a very crucial role as far as empowering women are concerned. I do think moving forward, we need to start integrating it into college level and school level. It's not just at the periphery, at the surface level. I would want the government, the Prime Minister, the IPG Group actually would want the government and the Prime Minister to get on board as far as integrating programs, inter-college championships for women. And the IPG Group looks forward to also kind of play a major role in this. This is in our future plans. This is something we're working towards as far as our long-term goals go.
Apart from being players, what are the other kind of roles we are seeing that women can play in the sports industry?
Well, my question to you would be, what choices would there not be? Everything, I mean, that's why we're here, right? Everything a man can do essentially is what a woman can and should be able to do. It's a matter of what are they trained to do already, of where we are. And that kind of brings me back to the question of how we are integrating and training our women and our girls at a younger age to work towards excellence in fields like sports, from being a cameraman, director, broadcasting, to what women are already doing as far as playing and commentators are concerned in the cricket industry.
Do you feel that women get more recognition in sports and females don't get that kind of recognition? Why is that so, and what can be done to change that?
Yes, actually I would say that is the case generally all over the world. Women's sports suffers a little bit more than men's. But according to a new report that I was looking at, it was a YouGov report that was released last year, where they were talking about it's not because there's a lack of market or interest. there is interest, in countries like India. It's said there's 40% interest rate as opposed to the men's sports industry regarding viewership is concerned. It is about how available it is. Is it available or not as far as the entertainment is concerned or TV broadcasting is concerned for us to watch. The minute the availability increases, your commercial aspect of it increases. We have sponsors, we have women's products that can sponsor it, all different arrays of how a league format or a sports format works commercially can come into place in the scenario that it is available and there are leagues taking place. So a world-class international event for women as far as cricket is concerned needs to be available and aired. The interest is there. There is no doubt about it. I see videos from her personal platform that are coming in, and like I mentioned, she's realized that she is becoming an influencer. So, and with the digital age and with the younger players, I think they're understanding the power of what the platform can give. It's just now a matter of them being aware of the responsibility that they have, and establishments like PCB or the IPG group kind of backing them up as far as knowledge and initiatives and social responsibility is concerned. Hey, listen, you're here, you've got these many followers, it can be a lot more. Let's use your digital platform and let's be responsible about what we're saying. So to answer your question and to sum it up, celebrities are made with viewership and with accomplishments. The minute we have both of these, it's just a natural progression. I don't see it not happening. It's happened always for men, so why not women?
Right. Athletes perform under a lot of pressure. Are there any psychological counseling or mental health services that are given to players?
So, that's a very pertinent question, because mental health has become a lot more prominent in the past 2 years since COVID and since the infliction of bubbles in the sports world, where there's isolation required. And let's not kind of ignore the fact that athletes are essentially warriors on field. So it is a mental game. There is stability and balance required when you're going out on the ground to fight for your country or for your team. So it is there. Mental health facilities and psychological health facilities are there. They are present. They do need to be formalized and become stronger with time, I think. It's a young concept though. Let's even take soccer, for example. We've got the likes of Manchester United and Arsenal, and it was only 3 years ago, where they've really started pushing and kind of investing in this mental health space for their players. So PCB is one of the top institutes. Now we are looking at PSL to be the third top in the world globally as a league. So we are not far behind. We do have officials, we do have health authorities who are watching over this, but I think it needs to mature more, and it will naturally mature more with time.
How important are mentors in the sports industry?
Okay, so let's take PSL as an example, where you have official mentors like LEADHers who will come on board for Goal Gladiators. Mentors in every industry is so essential, because you can't really, there is no value, or I don't think there's anything more valuable than wisdom and experience, especially in sports. And also the kind of encouragement that players get when you've got like a legend like Viv Richards just sitting there, and we all know what he is, what personality he brings to the game, and I'm sure to the locker room as well when they're talking, and the kind of casual talks that they have. So the power of mentorship is undeniable. Having said that, we do need to be a little responsible about who the mentor is, because I do wonder when you have certain mentors who come in and there are personal agendas or personal kind of intentions behind certain actions or draft picks, does that influence a young player, and does that hinder a young player from actually flourishing and breaking what can become a lobby under a mentor that's not necessarily progressive enough? It's a question I would ask, and I think we have seen in the past that it can have an adverse effect as well. So it's a fine balance.
A positive change you would like to see in the sports industry in Pakistan?
So for me, it's a full circle moment of what we've been talking about. Just to sum it up, it's not just cricket, it is sports industries across the board, from basketball to soccer to badminton. I think we as a nation need to start understanding what sports can bring, how it can be a platform to raise awareness, how we can use our influences and heroes that are derived from the sports industry to spread the right message, and also how important it is to integrate it at a grassroots level from schools across the nation, what physical education can bring to us as a nation, and how important it is for us as far as mental health is concerned and physical health, and how it can actually play a huge role in empowering women, which is why we're here today.
So Rubab, thank you so much for being here on our episode of Leaders. We really enjoyed the conversation and all the positive energy you brought with it, and we hope to see more of that in the industry, and we really look forward to women playing a bigger, diverse and more empowered role. Thank you so much.